Hi, I'm Liz with Liz's Crafts, and today I'm going to be bringing you 4 Christmas DIYs. So for DIY number 1, I have this board from the Dollar Tree from last year. I'm just going to take the metal jingle all the way off of it. I'm going to be using my heat gun for that, and I'm just showing you it came from the Dollar Tree. And then I'm going to take my little spatula tool from my Cricut, and I'm just going to go under the words and gently lift them up. And then keeping my heat tool on it so it will loosen it, so that my spatula can go underneath it and pull it off. We might want to use this jingle all the way for a future craft. So I'm just going to keep it in my stash. It came off pretty easily. And now I'm just picking off the glue that's sticking up on the board and taking the hanger off and the back sticker off. Now we're going to use this scrapbook paper that I got from Hobby Lobby a few years back. We're going to use this piece that has little trees and snowflakes on it. And I'm going to be using my homemade Mod Podge. Now, if you want to make your own Mod Podge, you just mix 1 cup of glue, and that can be Elmer's school glue or all-purpose glue, to 1/4 cup of water. And it's basically like the matte Mod Podge that you buy at the store, and a whole lot cheaper. So you can buy yourself a gallon of the glue from Walmart, and then just keep mixing your own Mod Podge. So I'm just going to lay my scrapbook paper on top of my Mod Podge board there. I'm just going to take my hands and push it down just to make sure that it sticks in all the right places. And once I have it fully attached, I'm just going to trim up the edges with my scissors. And then once it's dry, I'm going to take my sanding block and go around the edges. I'm just smoothing it down a little more. And I get my sanding blocks from, and I can never remember the name of the place, Tractor Supply. You can get a whole package of them. I think there's 10 in a pack or something like that for $5. So it's like half the price of the ones you get from the Dollar Tree. So again, I'm just going over the edges and getting off that extra scrapbook paper. Once I have that done, I'm taking my ruler and my chalk writer. Now the chalk writer came from the Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to put the shiplap marks on my paper. And this is a chalk writer. So I'm just going to speed this up so that you don't have to watch this in real time. And I'm just showing you that I'm using the chalk writer from the Dollar Tree. And then I'm just taking my finger and rubbing over the lines, kind of dulling them down a little bit. I don't think it really helped too much. So I have printed up some words on my Cricut. Cut some words from my Cricut, and this was in Design Space. And I'm using the vinyl from Hobby Lobby. And the light box actually is the $5 light box from the Dollar Tree, and it works very well. You just have to have a plug if you don't have the outlet with the computer plug-ins. I think you know what I mean. I'm not sure. Because it doesn't come with the actual plug outlet. So this is going to say Merry Christmas. And the tools that I'm using for my weeding and all that are from the Dollar Tree. And the vinyl is the Paper Studio. I'm just showing you, it says Christmas and Merry. Now I'm going to put the Christmas on the bottom plank. Just using my scraper tool and burnishing it down. And just slowly peeling off the transfer tape. And everything looks good. Now I'm going to place down my Merry. Just using the same process. And there we go. And now I'm just going to take a dry paper towel and I'm going to go over the lines. Just kind of blending them in a little bit. And now it's time to decorate our board. And I got these leaves from Michael's in their fall section. They're 50% off. And then I had a coupon in my email that said if I spent $40, I would get $10 off. So I made sure that I picked up some florals that I could use for my winter and Christmas DIYs. So I thought these white looking leaves would go perfect for this project. And they're really pretty too. So you can get a lot of their florals. They're priced at $9.99, and then your 50% off is $5. So I thought that was pretty good. I don't go to Michael's very often because it's in a few towns over. But I made a special trip out there. And I was happy with the florals that I found. So if you have a Michael's nearby, you might want to stop by and take a look at what they have. So I'm just taking two of the leaves and I'm gluing them down to the top of my sign. And now I also bought these from Michael's, and I thought they would go good for the Christmas DIYs. They're little white balls. And I just kind of cut them apart and putting the pieces on the way I want them. And I just really like the leaves on this pick here because they were soft. They're not like other florals that I have worked with. So as you can see, I'm just layering this floral on the top of my piece here to where I like it, and I'm just hot gluing it down. You all let me know what you think of this project in the comments. I think it turned out pretty good. Just picking the glue strings off. You know, if they could make a glue stick that didn't have glue strings, boy, I think I'd buy stock in it. So I'm just taking this burlap Christmas ribbon that I got from the Dollar Tree years ago, and I'm just going to make a simple little bow. I think some people call these the awareness ribbons, where you put it in the shape of like the awareness ribbon, and then you scrunch up at the middle of it, and then you just take some jute and tie it in the middle. It makes a pretty decent bow. So there's my jute. Just going to flip it over to the back and just tie a knot. And if you watch this part right here, you'll see that I put the end in there twice. I believe that is called, well, it's one of those knots that they use when they, when the surgeons, I guess, do stitches. And then I'm just going to dovetail the ends of it because I like that look. Now, I had noticed that Dollar Tree does have a little bit of their Christmas decorations out. I think I have enough in my stash that I don't need to buy any this year, unless I see something that I just can't live without. But I just hot glue the ribbon in the center of my floral pieces there. And now I have some of this greenery, pine greenery that I'm going to put on there. And I have no idea where I got this or what it was on or anything. I've had it for probably 10 years or more. So I'm just going to put a few pieces of that up under the bow. Now I'm going to put this next piece up at the top. And I like to fit them in there first to see what they look like before I glue them down. That way I know if I like the look of it or not. Do you do that, or do you just take it and glue it in? I have to look at it first. So I have this ribbon that I got from Hobby Lobby last year after the after Christmas sale. So it was probably anywhere from 60 to 90% off. But this is really cute. It has 3 strands of ribbon there. A red one, a white one, and then the jute one. And it has a white wooden snowflake and then 3 little beads on either side of the snowflake. And I thought this would be cute, kind of in the middle of our board here. Give it a little something something. And I just hot glue the ends down. I'll tie a knot on the end. And then turn it around to the back and then just hot glue it down. And I'm pulling it taut because I don't want it kind of flopping around. And now I have this little pick here, and I want to say I probably got this from the Dollar Tree, but I really don't know because I've had it probably again for about 10 years. But I thought this would go really nice with this decor piece here. It has several different little items on it, a pine cone. Some things I don't even know what they are, but it's all natural, real pieces of nature. Now this one here, the pine cone is real, but those acorns are plastic. And then I think those other little ball thingies that are on there are also real. I wish, you know, the Dollar Tree would get these back again. I'd buy a bunch of these. At least I think it was the Dollar Tree. I'm not sure. Now I put this here in the center of my bow, but when you look at the final piece where it's hanging on my wall, you'll see that there's nothing in the middle of my bow. When I put it on there and I looked at it and everything, it just seemed to make, it just looked cheap. I guess from the plastic and the little foam beads and all, it just looked too cheap to me, so I took it off. So we're just going to put a hanger on the back of it. So again, I just have this little piece of jute that I have put knots on the ends of it. And I'm just gluing those down to the back of the board. And there it is. But now, as you can see on my wall, that centerpiece of the bow is not on there. And that's how I like it. So now on to DIY number 2. So we have one of these cathedral windows, I guess you could say, from the Dollar Tree. And I'm just taking the little sign that's in the center off, and it leaves a little piece of cardboard and glue on there. So I just pick that off. And then we have these 2 pieces of pine, and these probably came from the Dollar Tree, but I also had some from Hobby Lobby, so it's hard to say. where I got them. So I'm just going to take the ends of two of them and I'm going to twist them around each other to form a circle, because we're going to be making a wreath. Now you want your wreath to be about the width of your window. You don't want it to be too much bigger than that. So I'm just straightening it up, making it look more like a circle, like a wreath. And then once I get it in the shape that I like, I'm going to hot glue that down onto my window. And then once we get it on our window, then we can start decorating. And that's the best part, isn't it? So you guys will have to let me know which of these 4 DIYs is your favorite. Make sure you put that in a comment. I read all the comments, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I have 485 subscribers. I would love to get to 500 subscribers by the end of September. And I know we just have this week to do it. So if you guys can help me get there, I would greatly appreciate it. So I have these green and pink balls from Hobby Lobby. And again, I've had these for years. And what I'm doing is I'm putting one on the inside. I'm alternating one on the inside, one on the outside. And you see I almost put that green one on the inside too. So I had to move that to the outside. So again, one on the inside, one on the outside. Now I have more green balls than I have pink balls. So I'm going to have a couple of the green balls, together and not alternate the colors. So there's all the balls that I have. And these are pretty small balls, as you can see with them being in my hand there. So I'm just hot gluing them onto the wreath, and it's kind of onto the window too. So you see I was going to put a pink one on, and then I'm like, no, let me put a green one. And then I moved to the other side. But I did get it in the right place. So they're kind of getting glued onto the wreath and the window itself. So that way you have a little more room for your glue to attach onto your piece. And now we're down to the last couple of balls. You'll have to let me know if you like the outcome of this little wreath and window. I have one more of these windows left. When I found them at the Dollar Tree, and it's been months and months ago, I think I bought one in each color, and there was about 4 different colors, I think. So I still have a gray one left, so I'll have to figure out some kind of DIY for that. So again, I have these little pieces of pine greenery there, and I'm just going to add those to the wreath. It'll just make it look a little fuller. And these little windows already have a little hanger on the top back of them. So you don't have to worry about putting a hanger on. They're already there. So I'm just trying to figure out where to put my little pine piece. Just dry fitting it here and there until I find the right spot. And then I'll hot glue that down. And these glue hairs are ridiculous. You can see me picking them out right and left. Okay, and now I have these glittery pine cones, and these are plastic. They're from the Dollar Tree from years ago, and they're gold. So I'm just hot gluing these on. That's what happens when you decide, you know, I'm not going to buy any more Christmas decorations. I need to use what's in my stash. So you pull out everything that you have, and then you find these items and you're like, wow, I need to use these. You probably didn't even realize they existed, or if you did, you'd forgotten about them. So I put 5 of the pine cones on, and then I have these little, I'm guessing they're berries. So I have silver and gold ones, and I do decide to go with just the gold. I guess they look like little raspberries or something. And I believe these came from the Dollar Tree. But again, years ago. So I'm just going to add these here and there wherever I think they look nice. I cut them down if I need to. So I add all of my gold ones onto my wreath, and now I'm on to these gold things. I thought I might use the red, but I decided against it. I'm just using the gold ones. I'm not quite sure what they are, but again, there's some glittery florals from the Dollar Tree years ago. So there's a lot of glitter in this this piece. So the pine cones and these things that I'm putting on right now. But I think it turns out real good though. I like it. Let me know what you think. And then I take one of the little red raspberries and I put it right there in the center, because there is, you know, that little circle in the center, and it just didn't look good by itself. So I wanted to add the little berry, and there it is hanging on my wall. What do you guys think? I think it turned out great. And now for DIY number 3. So this one here, I have this large piece that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I'm just showing you that I took the sawtooth hanger off it horizontally and put it on vertically, because we're going to use the piece vertically instead of horizontally. And I'm going to make myself some chalk paint, or at least I think that's what I'm doing. So I have this pavement acrylic paint from Apple Barrel, and it's a dark gray. It's almost black, but not quite. And I'm adding some baking soda to it. Now, I think I probably used too much baking soda. This was my first time trying to make my own chalk paint. So, I don't know. It still turned out okay, so I'm all right with it. And there I'm just showing you that it's just a box of plain old baking soda. And I'm mixing this up in my paint. And then I'm going to paint the top part of this decor piece here that I got from Hobby Lobby after Christmas last year, so it was 90% off. So you guys, anytime after the seasons at Hobby Lobby, you need to go because they'll mark their stuff down 90%. And I cut this out on my Cricut. It was on Design Space, and I'm burnishing it down with my tool that I got from the Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to leave this for you all to watch. It is in real time. I know that people think that when we put these videos out there that it's very simple for our vinyl, but I'm here to say it's a struggle. So either I'm not that great at doing the vinyl, or it just doesn't cooperate with me, or I'm not using the right stuff. I don't know, but I'm leaving this in there so you guys can see the struggle that we have. We as DIYers that put our videos out there for everybody to see. Normally, you know, we just edit our videos and we take the hard parts or what we struggle with out of our videos. But I'm leaving this in here so you can see. And this is real time. I didn't speed it up or slow it down or anything like that. And I actually had to redo the baby Jesus in the manger because the first time I did it and put it on my transfer tape, I don't know what happened, but it just totally messed up, and I had to print up another or cut out another one. I mean, the struggle is real, guys. I mean, it really is. So don't think you're the only one struggling with vinyl, because you're not. But this is that white vinyl from the Paper Studio from Hobby Lobby. And the transfer tape, it might actually be the transfer tape from the Dollar Tree. I'm not sure. But you know, not all transfer tape is the same. Not all vinyl is the same. So you got to keep that in mind when you're using your Cricut or Silhouette or whatever machine you're using. And see how that pulled up? The struggle is real. But I do like the way this turned out. I truly do. This was a bear to get right. There we go. Finally. Yay. See how I'm messing with it? Just trying to get it down and sticking right. It finally works. And now I have my For Unto Us a Child is Born. Again, it's the vinyl from Hobby Lobby. Now this gold vinyl I ordered online, and it's Oracle matte vinyl, and I will put the link to that in the description box. So I'm just trying to figure out where I want my placement of the words and my star. So I'm going to place my star down first and put it at the very top of the manger scene. And again, like I said, this gold vinyl is Oracle matte vinyl. And now I have my For Unto Us A is Born. I'm burnishing it down and getting it onto my board here. Again, struggling with it a little bit. Not as bad as the bottom piece, but it shouldn't be this difficult. I don't know what was going on. I just kind of, if it wants to go up, I just kind of hold it down with my fingernail. Sometimes I use that burnishing tool to hold it down. And you hold it down and then pull the transfer tape off as you're holding it down. So here I am using the tool. And there we go. We got it. Now I want to pull that B up a little bit because I want the tip of my star to be on top of my letter. So I'm just picking it up with my fingernail and putting it on top of the B there. And now I have the word child, also in the gold Oracle vinyl, matte vinyl. And that peeled off real nice. And there it is, hanging onto my wall, and I think it looks great. For unto us a child is born. And now on to DIY number 4, which is our last DIY. So again, I have this light, it's not really a box, it's really thin, but it's nice. I like it. I got it from the Dollar Tree. There was this guy in there and he picked 2 of them up, and I'm like, what is that? I hadn't seen them in there before. So I'm like, oh wow, that's one of those light thingies. I can use it for my weeding. And so I was so glad I saw him grab those, so I got this one for myself. And you know, it's not bad for $5. So I'm just weeding this out. I have a snowflake, and then I have the words "Let It Snow." And I got both of these off of Design Space. I had to put it together myself, but they do have each of these designs on there. Now this is a real easy, simple DIY. So I just have my vinyl. This is the one from Hobby Lobby, from the Paper Studio. And then I have a little, well, I'm sorry, let's go on to the transfer tape. So I didn't want to lay the transfer tape onto this black board here because it's got a lot of stuff on it and it'll pick it up. So I put it on the backing sheet of the transfer tape. And now I'm just going to burnish my image down onto my transfer tape. And this one actually, I think it worked out real good. It was one I didn't struggle with so much, I believe. So this rectangle I have right here was one I got from Hobby Lobby. I had used it for something else, so I'm just refurbishing it, and I used that pavement acrylic paint on it. I did not put the baking soda in it. I just used the acrylic paint. And now I'm burnishing down my design here onto it. Now I'm just kind of rolling it back, so I do have to hold it down a little bit. I don't think it's as bad as the others that I was doing. And it goes a little bit faster. This is real time. So I didn't struggle with this one as much. I'm gonna hold that down with my thumb. Finish pulling this off, and there it is. So let it snow with a big old snowflake. So let me know which of these projects is your favorite. I like all of them. I think the one with the baby Jesus is my favorite. Again, I'm Liz with Liz's Crafts, and if you like what you see on this channel, please feel free to subscribe and give me a thumbs up so that YouTube can keep my videos out there for others to see, and I appreciate you